Hi, this is Camille Jasmine with today's Oceans of Opportunity. Today we're going to talk about the purchase contract. You know, whether you're a buyer or seller, it's important to know that there is more to a contract than just price. In our standard 8-page document, there are literally dozens of items that can be negotiated. And more often than not, the seller does want to maximize their profits and get the highest dollar for their sale. However, there could be other factors that they may be willing to forego some of those profits in order to get some other things that they'd like to have. For example, let's say they have to buy a replacement property. The flexibility of maybe renting back or having an extended escrow or a combination of both, if that buyer can afford that additional time, will be of benefit to them. Also, if it's a property that they're renting out, if they let those tenants finish their contract there. Other contingencies. You know, there are many contingencies offered to the buyer in this purchase contract. As a buyer, you may want to shorten them to make yourself more attractive, especially for things like the inspection contingencies. You know, often a buyer will offer to do those all within 5 to 10 days versus the default 17 days. In addition, the appraisal is a big contingency in this marketplace if they have to get a loan. Now, even if a buyer does have to get a loan, if they have the ability to maybe pay the difference of what the lender wants and an appraisal amount, if it does come in lower, then that can make them more attractive. However, a buyer doesn't necessarily have to write a blank check for that. They can limit that to, say, $10,000 or something like that, so that if it does come in especially low, they're not subject to a big dollar amount out of pocket. A seller may choose or even prefer to carry paper, meaning that they'll carry the loan because they might not want to incur all of the taxable gains during that one calendar year. Other costs that can be negotiated are things like termite, city and county transfer taxes, title, and the like. You know, even in an inspection, of course this would be after a contract is agreed upon, there's also like a mini negotiation. Even though the contract uses the words "as is condition," a buyer may request repairs after their inspection. Things that typically focus on are safety and liability nature. However, you know what? If mutually agreed, a seller can choose to do any or some of those repairs or just offer a credit, and then that way the buyer can do them themselves or just oversee the work. A couple other clauses in here that are very important are liquidated damages and arbitration. They can also be signed off, which simplifies the process if there is a legal issue, at least that's the intent, or they can forego them and it's not binding to either party. So as you can see, it's not always about the price in the contract. That's today's Oceans of Opportunity. Have a great day.